Hello, cogitantes. You know that friend who gets you to agree to a cross country road trip when you completely hate driving? The one who definitely doesn't spring it on you all at once, right? They ask for a tiny favor and then another little one until suddenly you're 3 states away. It feels organic, but it's not. It's being carefully built. And that architecture of consent is exactly what we are looking at today. The mission is to figure out how Adam prepares Eve's consent through a 5 step process. He does it without physical force, which is what makes it so interesting. So, how does it start? It starts with the strongest leverage: rescue. When Eve's mission to Earth goes horribly wrong, Adam steps in and saves her life. Wait, but Eve is the ultimate super soldier. She has immense physical power. Why would a simple rescue give Adam the upper hand over someone built for war? Because physical strength doesn't matter much if your whole mental framework is collapsing. Adam holds the knowledge advantage. He knows Earth, he knows the enemy, he knows Zion, and most importantly, he knows who he is. Eve does not. But he doesn't use that knowledge to just argue with her. He uses it to create cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance, the mental friction of holding conflicting beliefs. Yes, but the mechanism matters. He doesn't come out and say, your creator, Mother Sphere, is evil. He just tweaks Eve's vocabulary. How so? When she says duty, he says extermination. When she says mission, he says extinction. So he forces her to reconcile her self image as a hero with the possibility that she may be a killer. So that mental pain creates a kind of void. She starts doubting her own life's purpose, not because he attacked it head on, but because he cast a shadow over it. And the void always needs filling. So Adam steps in by introducing her to Zion, this struggling, half dead underground city, and he asks for her help to save it. That gives her a new anchor. In therapy studies, there is a concept called the working alliance. You bond over shared goals, shared tasks, and trust. Eve shifts from being a soldier following distant orders to being a partner on the ground. But Adam cements this partnership with another tactic. He lets her discover ancient records proving that Mother Sphere lied, the Raven legacies. And he says, the truth does not need to be kind, only true. He gives her the truth, but it's partial. He hides his own identity as the Elder Netiba, the exact being Eve was sent to destroy, right? I struggle with this part, though. If he's hiding his true identity, isn't that just a standard lie? Why go through all the effort of giving her real records if he's deceiving her anyway? Because a standard lie breaks the moment conflicting evidence appears. Partial truth is stronger. It feels real because the records are real. He uses verifiable facts to dismantle her old reality. And once Mother Sphere becomes harder to trust, Adam is standing right there as the person who seems to understand what is really going on. And that leads us right to this endgame. Adam asks Eve to physically fuse with him to create a new human species, but he frames it as a free choice. He even gives Lily the final hypercell needed to save Zion before Eve makes her decision. So he doesn't hold the city hostage. Giving her the hypercell makes it look like she can walk away. And in one sense, she can, right? The refusal ending proves that, but the path to that choice has already been prepared. This resembles the foot in the door effect, where agreeing to small requests can make larger cooperation feel more natural later. So first, she accepts him as a guide, then she helps Zion, then she trusts the records, then she hears him out, and finally he asks her to take his hand. By repeatedly saying yes to Adam, Eve has learned to treat him as safe, useful, and necessary. That makes sense. So when he reaches out his hand to fuse, she isn't judging a blank argument. No, that hand now carries memory, rescue, guidance, danger, Zion, relief, truth. All of that is inside the gesture. Touch bridges the final gap. A hand can save you, a hand can guide you, but a hand can also claim you. Adam's hand is both, which means the scariest form of control here is not Mother Sphere's rigid lie, it's arranged freedom. Adam tells the truth in a specific order. He builds a world where Eve's most moral option starts to look like the one he wanted from the start. He doesn't force the door open. He builds the hallway where that door begins to look like the only way forward. That is intense. And it makes you think about the big choices we make in our own lives. If our biggest decisions are shaped by a quiet sequence of small agreements with the people around us, then how much of the final yes is really ours? Something to mull over. Until next time, happy thinking!